Hello guys, it's Jamie here. We are having a review session of 080709, 27th August 2025. Show me the target site and images from the site from target 080709. Let's go. A little doodle to get into it. And yeah, so this is basically just a review. I have seen the target pictures from the website, but I haven't gone through my analysis or my my session notes. So you'll pretty much get. Hopefully, I'll be vocal and you'll be able to see how I analyze, or how badly I do, or how good I do, or how, just how I analyze the target and the impressions and how I try and link them together. Anyway, with that said, let's kick into it. So the target was the tomato throwing festival in Italy. Let's have a look. Buñol, Spain. In Spain. So this is where I'm looking at pictures here. I'll bring them up, and we've got some people in Tomato climbing a pole and following behind trucks and throwing tomatoes. And we've got looks like some of the locals get prepared by covering their verandas where the tomato festival is happening. Alright, and here's a picture for it as well. Anyway, let's go back into it and let's kick into the session and see what we can find out. If any, we can relate back to the impressions. Alright, let's kick into it. First page. Alright, so first page we have got 080709. This is the trace, so basically the ideogram, and as I trace around, I'm analysing what impressions I'm feeling going through tracing the drawing that I've associated with this target number. Alright, we've got cold, wet feeling outside forearms, feeling of being submerged into something, feeling warm on the face and top of arms, like hot and cold all over body at the same time, feel structures on the side of face. So that's when I was tracing through here. I highlighted several things, and around here I could feel my body sort of submerging itself into something. It was really weird, and that down here I'm fully submerged into it. Looking at the pictures, that first picture that shows up, I'll bring it up here. What I get here is feeling submerged into something. He looks like he's submerged into that tomato, and hot and cold all over the body. I don't know what that could be, but feeling structures on the side of the face, so maybe he's covered with tomato stuff. I don't know. Yeah, let's continue. So the next one is my declare. Basically, what do I sort of associate with these pro points that I've pointed out, which turns out to be the most impressionable of the trace. I just mark them down. So number one, cold temps and flows. Number two, submerge going into and movement. Number three, structure felt. All right, so on that note, let's kick into the sensors. So the first sensors I've got is touch one. What I've got here is a picture of how it felt on my body at the time. So I've got these flows going over my arms and around my stomach area. So what have I got? Cold air felt. Cold flows felt over hands and over forearms, and cold inside forearms. Feel cool against body. So looking at that first picture, it almost looks like that's exactly the person or the feeling that I'm feeling, maybe. If that cold air or that cold flow over my arms and across my belly, which I'm pointing out here, cold body flows end. So, that could be the tomato, that stuff over the body of that person, and I can feel it coming through. It sort of makes sense because his arms are submerged, and with the flows going over the arms, that's tomato going over that person's body. That's what I'm going to link it with anyway. That's as honest as I can be, really. But let's carry on. Touch two. So probing two, feels like floating on something, feels like around body, feels thick around body. Hey, I'm pointing at picture number 1. Still feel cold around arms. Feel thickness around body. So that thickness was like I could feel something around me, and it felt really difficult to move through. So I felt that thickness, and that's how that impression came through. Thick around the body, thickness. Yeah, it just felt like the contrast between this one and this one, you could really feel this, like your body submerging into something. So it was really thick, and it comes through on this one here, touch 2, this guy. Okay, touch 3. I've got anxiety high, excitement. Structures on left side of face, feels like a swollen ear. The ears feels blocked up like. Left side feels droopy and heavy. Hey, I'm looking at number 2. We could be looking at structures left side of face. Yeah, there's a picture with just tomato chaos going everywhere, and that could be it as well. Boom. That's what I'm going to link it to. I'm going to link it to that chaos, link it to the structures. Maybe someone's got tomato in the ear, but it sort of makes sense. All right, let's go to the next page. Texture 1. All right, so I've got cold band on back, large felt structure around mouth, and a large structure around my mouth region. Cold band on back. So I felt really cold on the back of my back, and I felt the structure on my face. So when I'm looking at that chaos picture, I'm seeing people with goggles and snorkels and all that sort of stuff. They could be that stuff for sure. I'm going to link it to that quite easily. There seems to be other pictures. Well, there's heaps of people with goggles and snorkels and all that sort of stuff. So, hey, it's a party. So let's continue on. Texture 2. So texture 2, I felt the cold outside my arms, a lot of it. Around the midriff, front and back. So it was cold everywhere in that case. Rather than just the back, it was both the front and back in this space. Also, what have I felt? I've got this. I drew a head, and I just drew the structures that I felt on my face, and I came up with the nose piece first, and then the thing across the head. What have I got? Head feels like it's in a box. Feels structures around my head and on my head. Squinting action felt in face when probing. I could feel my face sort of tensing up on the side of my eyes. It felt natural for these muscles to express themselves that way for this impression. It didn't feel alien at all. And my muscles just felt like they wanted to squint. Squint. Texture 3. So definitely the chaos picture, I think, is definitely goggles. And all that sort of stuff. I've got something here. Relaxed arms, floating feeling. I felt some sort of like a backpack. It felt like backpack straps. Say that 10 times. I don't know if anyone's carrying bags or anything. I don't think they are. But hey, it could be anything, right? It could even be straps on the head, caps, whatever. Released arms, floating feeling. Texture 3, what have we got? We've got the structures felt on my head, so it felt like something was coming over my head and across my head, so definitely some sort of hat or mechanism, that sort of thing. So what have I got? Tight head feeling, being slowly squeezed. It could be, goggles in that space. So carry on. That's where I'm linking it. Temp 1. What have we got? Cold top surface on skin. So everywhere on top of the surface of the skin was cold. On top of the arms in cool temp. Underneath arms feels very warm. Underneath, while top arm is cold. You know what that is? That's our famous number 1 picture. Anything that's in the tomato is going to get warm. Anything exposed to air is going to be cold. Done. Link. Easy. Temp 2. Atmosphere feels thick. Warm bits. Surrounding target. Warm glow felt. That stuff's not warm, is it? Maybe it's just warm because it's... Okay, so atmosphere feels thick. Warm bits, surrounding target, warm glow felt. Yeah, it felt... I could feel the thickness around me, and that's why, look at it, it's temp 2, so it's in the submerged state of that picture or that situation. So the warm bits, surrounding target, yeah, glow felt, hey, he's happy, he's loving it, it's a great time, you glow. It's a fact. Energy temp 3, temp 3, what we've got here is I drew a picture. What I was feeling is I was feeling these warm flows go down the side of my body, down my leg, and off my foot. Now, I thought it was a flow that was moving quickly, but I think it's just a person stuck in that tomato goop and done. So what have I written? Cold air overhead, inside arm. Cold air over hands, inside arm, cooling body, going down to left thigh, down leg, and exit foot. Yeah, it was really strange. So really, that's just me, that person being submerged in that tomato goop. Let's have a look. Colors: yellow, blue, yellow, green, blue, black, white. No red. Blue, greens, oranges, greens, warm colors, light blues. Well, it can be any one of those bloody things. Yeah, inconclusive. There's every colour in the book in there anyway. I couldn't get the main one. Alright, so warm colours means like yellows, oranges, reds. When you close your eyes, everything looks red anyway, so I sort of discount it a little bit. But if it really wants to show up, it usually tells me, but oh well. Hit 'em and you miss. Smell 1. Excuse me. Smell 1. Sweet. Floral smells. Cold breeze. People. BO smell. Florals? Maybe it wasn't florals. What does tomato smell like? Sweet. Yeah. It did smell sweet. I thought it was that sweet smell was sort of florally, so I put florals anyway. It could be anything, but yeah. Smells, cold breeze, people. I could smell. So when I smell, the thing I get is like I'm smelling someone next to me. I'm getting that feeling, and sometimes I think I'm smelling it, and the instinct for me is to say people. BO smell, people, I'm smelling someone next to me, that sort of situation. It's not really one thing, it's a lot of things. It's having that smell, and having that smell, that energy come from something outside my body, so someone being next to me, smelling badly sort of thing. So when you smell, you can smell it, and it makes that physical reaction happen as well. So as long as you recognize that physical reaction or keep an eye out for it, and you sort of click onto it, and you know your body's doing something, and I think that's what it means. But definitely that BO people smell, where it's not anything sweet, it's not savory, it's just like a person. Anyway, smell 1, nope. Smell 2. Strong smell, rubber. Cold, wind across cheeks. Cold breeze, cold feeling under eyes and direction of arrows. Yeah, so it felt like something was being like flowing down my eyes, across my cheeks, and in an outward motion, just like how this is being illustrated here. Yeah, probably just tomato, really. I don't think it'll be anything else, so that's what I'll link it to. Smell 3. Surface area of head feels stiff, hard, like skin stretched across forehead, thick, hit a hard something type structure. Yeah, so smell 3, it felt thick, it felt solid, it felt dense, it sort of felt like a helmet. Looking at the Some people wearing hats. Yeah, I see a few people wearing glasses and hats and bandanas and that sort of thing. Yeah, it can be anything, right? It can even be an object or something along those lines, but I'm just not sort of seeing it right now. So let's move on. Here 1. So I drew my head. When I did the probe for here 1, hear a strong form in left ear. Hear the loud noise. Can you feel a little throbbing in my ear? Can feel something on eardrums like a little tingle. And it felt like something was next to my head as well. Subject or object close by. Not entirely sure. Could be just people standing next to you, right? But yeah, there was a lot of noise. I could feel tingles on my eardrums. You know, it's like you may not hear anything, but you feel the sensation come through in the impression sometimes, for me anyway. Like if a band's playing, I can feel the boom, 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 the drums and stuff, and a whole lot of other vibrations in the ear, physical vibrations, but I don't actually hear anything. Here too, I feel surrounded by a thick presence of energy. Dipped in, these are the words that came to mind. Dipped in, enveloped, exerting small pressure around the whole body. So definitely look at it here too. It's the boy surrounded in the bloody tomato goop. And he's feeling, well, I'm feeling all this stuff happening. Linked, all these. Yeah, it just felt like surrounded, like you can feel the energy enveloping your body when you're sending your senses out. And you sort of feel it gathering around your body. Yeah, just sort of, it hangs around. Why is it hanging around? Why isn't it dispersing everywhere? And yep. So here 2, here 3. So here 3, I basically just drew the structures that I felt on my body. I felt a V shape across my shoulders. I felt like a helmet of some kind and something across my face, like a strap. Yeah, basically. Join 1. So join is all about trying to connect to the situation. Trying to connect to the target situation and describing what you feel. So some anxiety, feel cold air going down body between legs. So it felt like a funnel, like something was gathering all around the sides and then just go straight through here. Coldness funneled through legs, movement. I wonder if it's the truck. You know, when it starts dumping all that tomato stuff, I don't know. Could be. I don't see any reason why anything goes between your legs unless you're sliding across the whole stuff. Interesting, but you know, just carry on. Join 2, feels cold over arms, cold drafts feel above arm like a wake. Yeah, so as I was probing here, it just felt like cold whispers of air were coming off my arms. You know how it might be steam if it was hot? It was cold, like cold drafts, yeah. Don't know what that could be. Anyway, join 3. Awake, alert, excited, a little concerned, a bit worried. Felt like Michelin Man. Felt blown up like a balloon. Everything feels large around body. AOL suit, cold air. So I can only think that's just, yeah, it felt like I was walking around and I had this big thick suit on. I'm just wondering if it's just tomato, people walking around with tomato hanging off their bodies and their clothes and all that sort of stuff. Interesting. It was an interesting feeling. What do we got? We got snapshots. So long corridor, doorway, hatch. I was looking down something. I'm not too sure. I had to create that feeling of going down, walking through, going down somewhere. What we got? Long, looking up, dank, door, shock feeling. So it's just like following, and all I saw was this like dark sort of thing, and I felt all these things fly out. So I did the lines with the pens. I don't know if it's meant to represent like things being thrown at you or anything like that. It just felt like it's coming. It's coming. It's down there. Go down there. Anyway, number 3, I've got a lot of people sitting around next to each other. When I first drew it, I thought, oh yeah, could be a train. That just flashed in my head. But yeah, just a lot of people sitting around. What do we got? Snapshot 3. So matrix, we go through these sort of contexts in regards to the impressions. So I'll lead through its sensor rules. It's sort of like what we've done here, but just more of a body sense. Magnitude is to try and sense how big or small the sort of scale of the target. I use it for sort of shaping and describing the environment. Topological is about shapes. Energy is energy, any form, temperature, light, that sort of thing. Subjective is emotional energy, what a person feels on sight, what's the overwhelming feeling, that sort of thing. We're trying to stretch out to see that. Physical is more of a modeling type format where we try and gauge the structure or part of the structure in a modeling sense, where we sort of put our hands on it. Paraphysical is anything that is not physical at the site. So it could be mist, it could be cold, it could be anything that does not be solid. Concepts is anything conceptual, so any words that pop up into mind. Just go big time. No holds barred. Symbolics or symbols. What symbols pop up when you try and think of this target and what it comes back with, and is it relevant? We've got personal response, things that happen to your body while you're trying to probe, goosebumps, sweating, heart palpitations, getting excited, that sort of stuff. And snapshots, which are just the last visual techniques before we finish. Alright, so sensor rules, like hugging a big tube, surrounding a big tube of something around. So I was around something. I'm looking through the pictures and look, there's a pole, slippery pole. Someone's trying to climb up to get the ham. I think it could be that. Magnitude, feel measure, feel massive space, feel both body spreading out, expanding, surrounded as well. Feel myself opening up, spreading out, tingle space. So I could feel something that was surrounding me, but it was just bigger. It was bigger than just this little area here. It could be anything really. It could be the representative of the tomato on the ground. It could be the truck. It could be anything. So I don't really see too much relating to that one, but as far as lying on the ground and maybe a bird's eye view, could be the tomato. The guy, number 1 picture. Topological, I've got shapes. So this one here it looked like in the vision that there were just lots of people lining up in a row. I drew them as big hoops, but they kind of look like chairs too. And what we've got on this side is a hatch or a door. So we could be walking down a train. They got trains with doors on one side, and chairs and people. And you got people, blah, 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 blah. Look like seats arranged in rows. So shapes, we got people walking down the street, all that sort of, wow, that's pretty much a crowd. Looks like a riot. So topological, I think we've got the gist. The lack of super detail, the gist of it, I think, is okay. Energy, so arms and legs feel energetic, tingly, anxiousness through limbs, feel nervous as hell. Energy, yeah, everybody be throwing that shit around. It would be awesome. That'd be one big party. So energy, that's people energy right there. Subjectives, nothing, feel, going past legs, feel wind going past. Yeah, I didn't get any subjectives. I think I got pretty much a lot of subjectives in the other ones. Feeling how people were nervous and all that sort of stuff. So subjectives was made redundant. Physical, what we've got is I felt like there were walls, not a wall, like a straight line. I've got people behind this line, inside, whatever that is. I've got people on the side, and I've got another side on this side. That's all I can feel. I don't know what it could be, honestly. It could be representative. It could be symbolic of people on the side, people lining up. Could be tomatoes. I do not know. Could be the trucks, people walking in the trucks, people in the houses. Don't know. I'm only guessing those, sort of assuming those things, but I don't really, I'm still learning this one. Sometimes it comes through really well, but there's ways and means to understand this one from a modeling perspective. Paraphysical, cold feet, cold skin surface, cold atmosphere. Hey, it's cold. Next. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, but you get what you get. Concepts: inside something, cold area, cold in front of body, solid structure felt, muscles tense around body, flows around. Inside something, not really, we're outside. Cold in front of. Yeah, a lot of those can fit, except for the inside something. Symbolics, what have we got? So, sore legs with cold air across them and surrounded, legs bound, supported. Sore legs with cold air across them. Surrounded, legs bound. I do not know what that symbol means. What does that mean? Yep, nope, don't know. PR, goosebumps when feeling cold. Let's have a look at the last one. So we've got another, looks like chairs down one side and a door on the other side. So it looks like another train maybe. Probably the people walking down the street and then walking next to the houses. We've got a few house pictures there. We've got a few windows on one side. Session ends, number 2. So this was weird. I don't think this looks like anything. Unless that's a tomato going in your face. I don't know. When I was drawing it, what I saw was looking up at a parachute. But it shows you what it shows you. So if you're getting smacked in the head with a tomato, what's the last thing that you're going to see? You're going to see a tomato like this one. Actually, this is quite a good tomato picture. Actually, I didn't think I was drawing a tomato, that's for sure. Anyway, that's it, guys. So yeah, you got my thoughts on how my sessions go. You've got my actual session video up as well, which you can have a look at and see how I sort of came through on these things, how the AOL sort of came through. So I'll let you know the AOL for this one was high, what do you call it, skydiving. Hence what the pictures of this bloody parachute. I have no idea. They still look like bodies and doors on the side. Yeah. So guys, enjoy my videos. Thanks for watching. Let's keep practicing and keep getting better. All right. Have a good one, guys. See ya.